Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Eric with American Business Systems. Want to welcome you this afternoon to our webinar this afternoon. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 secrets to success. Now, these are 5 secrets to success that we've come up with to get you going and to get you started off on the right foot. And this is actually a downloadable PDF that you can get. But plus, we've got the entire slide deck ready for you to go. So when you go back and you check back with the person that you're working with here at American Business Systems, they'll actually have a PDF of this to get out to you this afternoon, very shortly after the webinar this afternoon. So it's going to be a good one. I look forward to doing that. And plus, I'll already look forward to what we're going to be doing next Wednesday. And it's going to be a great time. Hopefully you've enjoyed these webinars over this last year, and we brought up some good topics for you, and we continue to hopefully be able to do that for you. And also, at any time during the webinar today, if there's a particular topic that you would like for us to cover, I'd like for you to get some feedback. We'll maybe talk about that towards the end of the webinar today. But I already see James saying good afternoon. I appreciate seeing you already. I've got Richard on here, Shirley, Sammy, James. We've got James. We've got some more folks that are coming in. Stephen, looks like Stephen's here. So good afternoon, everybody. Again, this is going to be a good webinar. I think every webinar that we do is good. We try to give you as much information as we can. And hopefully, if we've got some time today, we may even take a quick peek at the licensee support site. So hopefully, if I can make sure I can coordinate all of the screens and get all that done today, we'll be able to do that for you. So again, today, this is 5 secrets to success. And again, like I said, this is a downloadable PDF that you can actually find on our website. So you can go to absystems.com. I think it's up in the right-hand corner. You can go do that. But we thought we would just showcase that, since maybe a lot of people might not know it's there, and you can go out there and go look at it. So we thought we would just do that this afternoon. For those who've never met me, my name is Eric Auger. I help American Business Systems, and we have been working with ABS for over 16 years now, and I enjoy doing these webinars weekly with you and for you. I enjoy get to meeting new people every single week, and then those that have been joining us for quite some time, I like to see your name there, and hopefully we're helping answer some of your questions there. Let's see, who else do we have here? We've got Tanya and Shirley. Sabita, good to see you. And so what I'm going to show you, for those that I've never met before, again, my name is Eric Auger. I'll be, again, your host this afternoon. But if you've never been here, go to the Q&A box, find that somewhere on your Zoom part of it. Just say good afternoon to me, maybe even tell me from what location of the United States that you're calling in from this afternoon. Just good for me to make sure that we're hearing each other, and I'm just not speaking to a blank computer screen. Great. We got some folks here. Richard from California. Hope that you guys are doing well. I hear that got some storms out over there. Hopefully things settling down. So Richard, I hope you guys are doing well out over there. Anybody else? Let's see if we can get some other folks. Maybe Shirley and Simi, and let's see, Sabita, Stephen, Tanya. Okay, good. You're welcome, Richard. I appreciate the response there. There's Shirley. Good to see you. Appreciate it. There's Stephen. There we go. Thank you, everybody. At least you know where we're communicating. And the reason I want to show that to you and showcase that to you, because during the webinar today, you may have some questions. I'm going to refer back to some of the webinars that we've done here recently. I'm going to refer to the one that we're going to be doing next Wednesday. So you're going to be getting a lot of information this afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, I tried to play this video. Hopefully it's going to play today. It may take it just a moment for it to load up, because it is a one that is from YouTube. So I'm actually playing it from YouTube. So hopefully this will come in, and as soon as it starts to load, I'll get quiet. Here we go. I want you to hear from Chelsea.
ABS's training on medical revenue cycle and practice management systems was very comprehensive. The marketing training was excellent. I have several highly specific marketing strategies that makes me confident that I can succeed in this business. Cynthia Anderson did an excellent job of answering any of my questions and helped to make sure that I understood. If you have the ability and the time to start this business, Don't hesitate. Do it.
There you go. We got to finally play that little clip. I wanted to play that a few weeks ago, and it was just because of us not having some time to maybe me figuring all that out. Man, it's been good. But you can see it's actually showcasing some other ones that we've done in the past, and love for you to go out there to our YouTube channel. And also, now I think you can find it at absystems.com/blog. You can see the one that we did last week with Dr. Rackner. The one we did, that one prior to that was with another ABS business owner, and that was Tracy Clark. And the one that I'm going to do next week is with an ABS business owner, Tim Warren, but Tim's not only just a business owner here, he's actually the director of support now. And so you're going to get to meet him. And so next Wednesdays is going to be a real good one as well. I hope that you go ahead and get signed up for it. But again, for some of you who have never been on our webinars, let me share a little bit about ABS. ABS has been around for 29 years. And we feel like we're going strong. We've got great leadership here. I'll share with you who our CEO is, and some of you may be talking with, and that'd be Adam Phillips. But really what drives what we do and the support that we give you is through a medical billing platform called iClaim and EMRX. And folks, if you haven't gotten a chance, now I'll share this a little bit later towards the end, but sometimes I notice that some people drop off during the middle of a webinar and you can't hear everything. Some of them are calling in. You can maybe join in for 10, 15 minutes, and then you get to drop off. But if you're here in the beginning and you haven't gotten an opportunity to do a demonstration with your business coach that you're working with here at American Business Systems, sign up and get that done. This is going to be so helpful for you as you're trying to make your decision. And if you've seen it once, ask to see it again. If there's some questions about it and you're just trying to wrap your head around it, take some time, because what you're going to learn out of this is two things. One, how the system actually works. And then number two, how we actually help you when you're trying to get a doctor, because the same demonstration that we're going to give to you will be the same demonstration that we're going to do for you for your doctor. And that's part of what you get here at American Business System. There's no additional fees for that. There's no additional cost for that. That's all a part of your one-time fee with your investment here with American Business Systems. Not only do you get that, but you get all these other services. And again, we'll talk briefly about some of these as we go through today's webinar. But folks, I know before I move off of this, because it come to mind that as people are looking to get into medical billing, one of the biggest hurdles that they think of is the medical billing codes. And if you see the top box there where it says virtual care, right underneath it, there's two other boxes. One says Audit Guard and the other one says CodeWrite. Let me explain for that for some people, because again, I know some people may have to get off a little early, but I like to take some time, do things a little differently, and give a little bit of education here, that those two services that we have here at American Business Systems will fill the gap of any codes that you may know or not know. So you could literally come into this business not knowing one thing about medical coding. And we've got that covered, because in both of these services, we're utilizing people that are what's called a certified professional coder. That's called a CPC. So when you're looking at this, you're going to want to make sure that if you don't understand all of that, I want you to make sure that you understand it today, to make sure that you understand that we help you with your coding. So folks, you're going to want to make sure that you do that. Now, let me share with you the young couple here, Patrick and Linda Phillips. They are the founders of American Business Systems. Linda actually started doing billing way over 30 years ago. She was doing this because she was asked to do it from a doctor friend that they knew. When it came to Linda and said, "Hey, Linda, do you know anything about medical billing?" She goes, "I don't know anything about it." And he said, "Hey, it's pretty easy. I'm going to show you how to do it." And she was able to do that from home. Well, gosh, that struck a chord with Patrick, because Patrick is a serial entrepreneur. I know that some of you are probably like that, but Patrick, being the entrepreneur that he was, saw what Linda was doing and thought, golly, we could do this. Not only can we do it, we could actually show our family members how to do it. And he started showing a few other friends how to do it. And then, gosh, this whole business model came together. So over 30 years ago, American Business System was birthed and found out that you could build this business and help doctors recover their money and do their billing for them, get the billing out of their office. And if people got questions about that today, I'll help you answer those questions. Why, a doctor doing billing in the office versus having it outsourced. Folks, you're going to want to do that. Now, let me tell you about Adam Phillips. Adam, whenever this occurred, he was probably 30 years younger when his mom was doing this. So he's grown up in this business, watched his mom do medical billing, watched his dad create a business, joined his dad probably, 25 years ago, and working with him here at American Business Systems. And then all of a sudden, boom, here we go. We've got Adam as our CEO now. So this guy has been literally ingrained in medical billing, medical revenue cycle management, helping run the business, doing such a great job at that. And now he's running the helm. He's writing articles. He is part of the editorial board for the Billing and Coding Advantage magazine. He and his dad helped establish an organization called MERMA, which is the Medical Revenue Management Association of America, which is this group is the group that will actually certify you as a certified medical revenue manager. And that is a true certification. And that's something you can put at the end of your name as your credentials that you can show a doctor when they ask, what does CMRM stand for? You're able to say, well, I'm a certified medical revenue manager, part of a very large group called MERMA, which is really the largest independent medical billing group here in the United States. So we've got you covered. So before I even talk about the 5 secrets to success, what I want you to understand here is this. You're not just becoming a medical biller. Will you be doing medical billing? That's a part of what you're doing. But if you read the certification here, what you become is a medical revenue manager. And that encompasses so much more than just doing the medical billing. Because now, instead of just being pigeonholed into one part of the entire revenue of the doctor's office, you're able to go in there and say, Doc, I can help you with all of your medical revenue management, which is going to be everything from helping the doctor collect revenue from their patients, obviously from insurance companies. There's some other things within that group of all those different solution boxes that we showed you. Could be helping the doctor avoid problems like with HIPAA issues. So there's much more to this than just becoming a medical billing company. So I want you to put a different mindset as we start on the 5 secrets to success here this afternoon. So kind of get your caps on and let's think about this. And we're going to do it, first of all, by talking about what's the first thing that we must be able to do with any type of business, and that is to build trust. So if you think about this, as you know this, we've said this, people have said it, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. Now, let's talk about this real quickly. First of all, I always like to do business with people that I already know. That's pretty easy because why? It helps shortcut the whole distance between trying to get to know somebody and can I really trust them? Then if I not only know them, but I actually sort of like them because I think what they're doing is right and ethical, that always, again, leads to trust. And that's what we're trying to do here with you at American Business Systems. We want you to, first of all, get to know who we are. Obviously, that's why we want you to be on as many webinars as you can. We want you to get to like us because, again, if you get to like us, eventually you're going to be able to trust us. So we understand what it takes to build trust with somebody. And if we've known how to do that for over 29 years, the key thing that you're going to need to have in your pocket when you go out there and if you get through all the education, and folks, let's just be real. It doesn't matter if you're doing medical billing or any other type of business. These are the functional parts of getting into business with anybody. And if you don't get to know somebody, you don't get to like somebody, you're never going to get to trust somebody. So what do we do for you? What is American Business Systems? Well, folks, if you haven't noticed yet, for well over 25 years, every Wednesday, we're doing a webinar. Why is that? Because we want to be consistent. We want to help you know us. We want you to get to like us, and we want you to get to trust us. That's why we do what we do every single Wednesday. We haven't missed one. And folks, that should give you a lot about us and who we are, and a little credibility about what we're doing. Not only do we do that, we allow you to talk to some of our other business owners. We want you to talk to the business owners, and you can talk with those business owners privately. It's not that you're going to be on the phone with me or your business coach here or anybody else. You're going to be able to talk with those because we know that you're going to get to know them, like them, and then trust them. So if you'll take our model and you take our lead on this, what we're going to teach you for our ABS business owners, we will set you up for success so that you will know more about medical billing and revenue cycle management than most doctors do. And we're going to show you how to be able to do that, first of all, with an online training course. Folks, this is what I love our training. I think our training is probably top-notch, second to none in the country whenever it comes down to training. And why is that? Well, because Patrick, when he originally started American Business Systems, he already came from a training background. Whenever I met Patrick, I was in the training business world. I was training folks like everybody from Ford Motor Company, helping them coach to success. I was working with Allstate Insurance. I was working with another group, medical group already. And what you get here, along with everybody else here, is that we are trainers. That's what we know how to do. We know how to communicate. We know how to make sure that people like us as adults we know how we learn. And so one of the things that we know what we can do is obviously give you all the education that we can. And the way that we do that now is through an online onboarding and training with live one-on-one expert instructors. Now, what we used to do, we used to call everybody in and come in. We used to do this about every 6 weeks, which was wonderful. And prior to COVID, it was wonderful that we got to bring everybody in for 5 days. We brought everybody in for 5 days of live training. And you sat there in class with some other people, and man, it was like drinking from a fire hydrant for 5 days. And although the dynamics were great and you got to meet other people, what we've been able to do, and this was even before COVID, we decided, you know what, what we were finding is that it was sometimes hard for people to maybe even get child training, or they may be taking care of somebody else, or maybe they couldn't get away from their job too quickly. So we decided to go on a online live one-on-one training. And this is not from someone who has sat down, or we brought in another, corporate trainer for somebody and says, hey, we want you to teach us education or teach us material. That's not how we do it. We actually use folks that have gone through training and have become successful medical billing companies themselves. What better way to be the instructors instead of myself or Adam or Patrick or anybody else? Let's utilize our group of folks that have already gone through training and they've succeeded and they've built their business. So you're going to have a one-on-one, a mano-a-mano with someone who already owns a medical billing company, been around, and is taking our training and teaching you what they were taught and put it into practice. And this is going to take you some time. And what the bonus about it is, and for those that are on here, and again, some of you may not be able to stay the whole time, so I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. And that is during that time of your training, it should take you no more than about, 8 to 10 business days. You're still getting an opportunity to basically trial and error it, because we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. And I'll explain that a little bit towards the end. But if you catch the graphs there, you're going to sit through training and still have the opportunity to get your money back if you feel like this business is not right for you. So we know from the very beginning, we want to make sure that you've got everything that you have, and not just listen to us on a webinar or anything else, but we're going to be able to here to help you. Number 2, underneath this part of knowing, liking, and trusting, we're going to support you in your success with weekly business owner educational webinars, plus an online category of hundreds of hours of recorded webinars that we've already done. Now, this one that you can see a little picture of, this is the one that Adam did just last Friday. and talking with the American Business Systems business owners, and that was done usually every Friday or every other Friday. What I mean by that, these are webinars that obviously you're not even able to can attend because you're not an ABS business owner right now. But what they're talking about is what's going on in the market. How can we go out and help you get better business? And how can we help you increase your business? And we're bringing you other tools and other solutions and bringing you and putting you together with other networking groups so that you can build that business and so that you can become that expert out there that knows more about medical revenue management than the doctors and their staff does. So this is not just a one-time education. This is a continual education that you'll always have at your fingertips. Number 3, again, understanding about knowing and liking and trust. You will be helped and with our resident physician advisor. For those that were on the webinar last week, you got to hear from Dr. Vicki Rackner. And she said towards the end, you can see it a little bit there on the screen. I had to make some things smaller to make sure everything gets fit on our screens today. But what she will do for our business owners is to introduce you to a doctor that you're trying to market to. How about if a doctor writes a letter to another doctor introducing you and your success and that helps you already do those first couple of things. Know, like, and then eventually they can trust you. And I'll share with you here in a moment here, not only the books that she's written, you can get the doctor as a gift, her book, The Myth of the Rich Doctor. Then we have other books that we have that you get as part of your marketing package that you're able to give to the doctors. And many times in one of the books, I'll show you how you become part of the authorship of the book. So what we're going to do, we're setting you up for this success. We are supporting you for your success. And then on top of that, again, we grant you a lifetime access to our private support portal with countless educational materials. Now, again, this is just a quick snapshot of our ABS LSS, our licensee support site. Now, if we get towards the end, of the webinar, and I've got a little bit of time left, I'll pop in live, kind of show that to you so that you can see that. So those are the last thing underneath this part of success is you will become part of the Medical Revenue Management Association of America. Yes, there's a live site out there. You can go to it. It's mrmaa.org. You can go out to it today. You can see that Dr. Vicki Rackner is the medical director of MIRMA. You're going to see some other folks there. I'm actually on the board myself of that. There's some other folks that are going to be on there. And folks, we're here to help you. Why is it? Because number one, all of us have certain areas of expertise. Some of us have done billing for a long time. Some of us have specific areas that are in coding. We have some folks that just do HIPAA compliancy. We've got some other folks that will do credentialing. We've got some other folks in there that can do all these different types of support parts for you. So you can literally come into American Business Systems not knowing one thing about medical billing or medical revenue management and have an entire team behind you. That's the difference, as I said earlier, than you just becoming a medical billing company versus a medical revenue management company in which you are the owner. Now, folks, I don't know if you've ever had a chance to talk with Patrick or talk with Adam, but these are the people that are the owners of American Business Systems. Not everybody gets to talk to the owner, but the owners always have other people that you're able to talk with. That's what you're getting instantaneously here from American Business Systems. It's as though that you've spent 29 years to put an entire medical billing, medical revenue management company together. You've got that type of support. So when doctors ask you that, how long have you been a part of a medical billing, or how long have you been in medical revenue management? You can say, I've just opened up a local branch of a national medical revenue management organization called MIRMA. who has over 29 years of experience. And we do literally hundreds of thousands of claims every day. We're here to help you. So if you go in with this mindset that you're not just starting from scratch, you've got an entire team that's already behind you. So that's one thing that we're going to be doing for you. We're going to help you, position you, and get you ready for people to start to know you, like you, and absolutely trust you. Follow the lead of what we do with you. Some of you, I mean, gosh, I feel like John and I have been on these webinars enough that we ought to be sending Christmas cards with one another. It's that close of a relationship with us here at American Business Systems. So that's the way we want you to come to understand us. Number two, we want you to become the expert. Now that you've completed all of your training and you've built your educational base, so we've already layered all of that information from you. You've gone through that training, you understand all the medical terminologies, you know what a CPC is, you know what CMS stands for, you know what HIPAA stands for, you know all of these different terminologies and all these acronyms and everything else out there. ABS is now going to, again, position you as an endorsed expert. Now, folks, hear that out. We're going to position you as an endorsed expert with marketing materials and a team of specialists behind you. What did I just say to you just a moment ago? When you become part of American Business Systems, you have an instant team of 29 years of experience with people to help support you. You're not just out there by yourself. And one of the ways that we're going to put you in that position as an endorsed expert is being a part of another book that we like to showcase quite a bit, and that's the New Thriving Medical Practice. And what's important about that is that you get to join in a book with our resident physician, as that is Dr. Vicki Rachner, who's on the board of directors of MIRMA, who is also the medical director of MIRMA. And you're going to learn how to gift prospect clients this book that's going to have your name in it, the person who wrote the foreword to the book. And we have a foreword that you can either utilize or change up a little bit, but inside the book itself, not an ebook, a real book, like I've got behind here on my shelf, a real book that has the foreword that has been written by you. We've had so many different testimonies from some of our ABS business owners to say, gosh, the doctor thought I was the one that wrote the book, because when they called up and says, hey, I just read your book. And these are people who have just started off being being part of ABS. We're talking within 1 to 2 to 3 months. That's how quickly we can put you in the driver's seat of being that endorsed expert to the world. Now, remember, does it mean that you have to have everybody? So when the doctor simply asks you, well, how long have you been in medical billing? Do you have a medical coder? Do you have this? Do you have that? You can say, absolutely, I have all of that at my fingertips. I've got an entire team behind me. What do you need, doctor? Do you need help with your HIPAA compliancy? Do you need help with your audits to make sure that you're staying within compliance with CMS? I can help you with your codes. Are you behind on accounts receivables? How about if we help you succeed in helping you with your accounts receivables? Maybe your current biller is not being able to do that. We can help you with that. So you're going to learn all of that terminology and all that gifting of what you're going to learn how to do through our training, that you're going to be able to spout that off. And the doctor's going to go, well, okay, my biller's not like that. They can't help me with all of those different things. You can even help the doctor with their own marketing if you would like to, but those are the things that you're going to help with. But how are you going to get this book into the doctor's hands? Again, stealing a little bit from that first section here, I'm going to come back to Dr. Vicki Rachner, because this is where this really comes into play. So Dr. Rachner already has this letter of introduction that she's going to write on your behalf and mail it from her address, not from ABS's address somewhere here in Texas, but from her address. That's going to enter you as a strategic partner of her. Well, what's going to happen here? Well, first of all, they're going to see Dr. Rachner's name. They'll be able to go to her website and find out all about her. And then your website will be up as the strategic partner of her. And all of a sudden now you're going to send a doctor a book. Now, what's good about this, if you didn't hear Dr. Ratner last week, when mail comes in from another doctor, that always gets to the doctor. It never gets bypassed. It never gets thrown in the trash. And we're going to show you how to package it, how to mail it, how to ship it directly to the doctor to where they're going to get it. And it's sort of your gift to that doctor. And then we're going to show you how to do some drip marketing along the way to follow up that, so that you're either going to get a call from the manager of that office or from the doctors themselves. Now, if you've heard everything I've said so far, do you see the involvement that ABS has in your success so far? It's not like we're just saying, hey, you know what, we've got some nice little flyers that you can print on your inkjet printer or a laser printer, or have to run down to Office Depot or Staples or anything like that, and you go do all of that. And then, oh, by the way, here's some suggestions of what you might want to do. And then you might want to do it this way. We are involved in your success. Why is that? Because we want you to be part of this team right here. We want you to become a part of a team of specialists that you, as a brand new medical revenue cycle management company, that you'll be able to call on, and then eventually you become part of this entire team as well. Who is this team? This team are other ABS business owners who have had much success already. And we want you to become part of this team. It's the whole saying, how to pay it forward. These people are paying back their success by helping American Business Systems to be your coaches. And we've got all different specialties, whether it's cardiology, nephrology, whether it is urology, whether it is whatever, just regular PCPs, orthopedic surgeons, podiatry, whatever field that you can think of that you might want to go after, we've got that covered. We've got people who have done billing for sleep lab studies. I think that's one of the ones that Tracy Clark is doing. So if there's a particular area that you think you'd like to stay within, call us, call our support team. Matter of fact, when you're next week, you get to talk with Tim Warren, the gentleman down at the right-hand bottom of the screen, right down there. He's actually going to be on the webinar with me next Wednesday. And so you can ask him. He's the guy head of support. He's going to be able to tell you how different the plethora of out there of all the different specialties that we help support. I mean, for 29 years, you would think that we've touched just about everybody, and we really have, because we've got folks out there to help you. So we've got an entire team of specialists that part of us, what we want is you to be part of that team. But in the beginning, you need this team. You're going to need that team to help you. They'll even help you at times whenever you might need it to join on a Zoom call or some type of go-to meeting call with a particular doctor. These people are here to help you. The fourth thing that we support you on with that success is provide you materials and scripts for presentations. We're going to teach you how to do lunch and learns. We're going to teach you how to do seminars. We're going to teach you how to do educational events and so much more. Now, what I've done here, I put up these are all of our brand new flyers that you get. Now, what's great about these flyers here is that at the bottom of each of these, we've got enough space because we print these customizable for you, which is going to have your name, your logo, well, your business name, your logo, all of your contact information on it. And instead of, we're going to show you how to utilize these individually and help to drop the drip marketing out there with these doctors. You're not going to want to throw all of these at these doctors, but what you're going to get, these aren't things that you're going to need to print out on your LaserJet or your inkjet or go down to one of the office big box stores to get printed up, or even to a print shop. We have our own print shop that prints this for you. That's included in your price of the investment that you make for yourself. So this is all included. And so that's the expertise, again, that we're going to have for you. All right, so we got a couple of questions here, so I'm going to hold off on those until I get through with this one little section. And I'm going to go back to those just real quickly. I wanted to make sure people understood that I'm seeing those questions, and I'll be right there with them. Lastly, under this other part, again, about setting yourself for success and be a part of this endorsed expert, is that you, again, will be part of the nation's largest network of certified medical revenue managers. And that's all part of MIRMA. Again, if you haven't gone out to MIRMA, go out to mirma.org, check that out, because whenever you get your certification, you get to see that certification, and then you can put that on your business card or a flyer or some type of rack card or whatever you want to be able to do with that. You can point people to that. Put mirma.org so that people know that it's a real organization out there and that we're here to help you out. All right, we are at the bottom of the hour. We've got about 25 more minutes left. So I'm going to take a brief moment here. Let me see if I can get some of these questions here so they don't get too old or cold throughout the webinar. Let's see. I've been uninvolved in other opportunities, and after joining, additional monthly cost for services was disclosed. Will there be any additional cost involved? That's from Tanya. Great question here. Now, let me explain that to you, because with American Business Systems, there's a one-time fee here to join into ABS. There is no other fees that are going to go along with that. So there's no royalty fees. There's no underlying costs for everything that I've shared with you so far. There are no costs to go along with that. Now, I want to put that as a / caveat to that, because once you start with a doctor, with like iClaim or EMRX or any of the other services, you are going to charge for those because you're going to be utilizing other services. So what I want you to do is just take a little bit of what I shared with you right there, get back with that invited you to the webinar, and they're going to explain how that works, because there's no out-of-pocket cost for you. It's a pass-through. It's like anything else. Is if I'm telling you right now, if you go to any doctor right now, they don't own their own medical billing software. There's a subscription for that for everyone, whether they're using iClaim or they're using any of the other type of systems out there. The doctors already know that that's a cost of doing business. And we're going to show you either how to charge that separately to the doctor, or we're going to show you how to encapsulate that or wrap that around what you're going to be charging the doctor so that it gets paid for. So I want to make sure that Tanya understands, for ABS, everything I've shared with you, all of the different services, all of the support, all of the webinars that I've shared with you are at zero cost for you. Even if we bring in other additional services along the way, there is still no cost for that, because if we add something, we add it to the benefit of the entire group here at American Business Systems. So you're never going to come back and go, oh, I paid my investment fee, and now ABS is going to come back and ask me for another $5,000 or so. Won't do that, have never done that, and will never do it in the future. So hopefully that helped answer your question. And this one came in from somebody, don't have their name. What about veterinary billing, like AKA animal medical billing for private at home vets? That's a good one. Let me explain to you, when we talk about medical billing, and when we talk about healthcare medical billing, there's two different types. There's what's called the professional and then the institutional. Okay, so you can imagine what they are already. Professional is going to be for all of your doctors, and they fall up under the codes that are coming out of from Medicare, CMS, okay, Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services. So they have all the different codes there. So for veterinarians, that's not normally a code that CMS is going to have. So to answer your question, you won't be able to do medical billing for veterinarians because it doesn't fall within a healthcare for human beings under Medicare and Medicaid services. So that's what we're talking about here. That's the professional. Now, the institutional part of it, that's going to be your hospitals. They bill on what's called a UB04 type billing, whereas with the professional, it's a CMS 1500 form. And that's what we focus on. So now there are some people who may want to do some dental billing. We do have a dental billing service that you can actually add to it, but excuse me, not for veterinarians. But we might show you some other things that could help them. Shirley's asking, do any of the people finish the course, get doctors they will send out for the data entry? Do any of the people finish the course, get doctors, will they send out for the data entry? I'm not sure. If you can help tighten up that question a little bit, I might be able to help answer it. But and I don't want to answer, Shirley, I should have read a little bit sooner before I just started reading your question, but try to help me out a little bit, and I'll see if I can help answer that question for you. But typically, when you go through training, you're going to go through everything as though that you're doing some billing for a doctor. So we're going to give you plenty of practice and show you how to get all that done. All right. Number 3, we're going to teach you and show you how to stand out from the crowd. So now that you've soaked up all that knowledge and we've helped you build that reputation as an expert, now it's time to separate yourself from the competition. ABS is going to help you do that. And this is where, again, I'm going to encourage everybody, if you haven't already done this, I want you to go back to the person that you're working with and get a demo of the software. This is how we help separate you out there. In most billing platforms that are out there on the market, it is, sometimes it's server-based, sometimes it's cloud-based. I'll tell you my preference. I would prefer cloud-based, and I'll tell you why. Because at that point, I do not have any patient data residing on this computer that I'm looking at. Okay, just let that sink in. That means that if a flood came in, a fire came in, someone came in here and stole my computer, if I'm doing all of my work from my laptop and I'm doing it outside of my office, somehow my laptop gets stolen or it gets lost or I accidentally leave it behind, I do not have patient data anywhere on my computers. Why is that? Because it's in a HIPAA compliant, lockdown safe, server-based software. That's where it resides, somewhere in the clouds, separated on 2 types of different servers on different parts of the country. It's all redundant. All the backups are done on it. I do not have to worry about a server. I don't have to worry about a power outage or anything else that's going on. That's why I prefer cloud-based. Now, whenever it comes down to cloud-based, there's another part that even if I do cloud-based, I still have to connect it before I send a payment to, like, let's just say Medicare. So if I'm doing my work on my computer, and before that claim gets sent from my computer and it hits Medicare to get paid, there's a middleman out there called a clearinghouse, okay? And typically, again, there's great cloud-based softwares out there, but you still have to connect it to a third-party clearinghouse in order for it to do what it needs to do before it gets out to CMS. And the reason that there's a clearinghouse is because all of the different payers, including Medicare, want their information in a different type of format, okay? So that's what a clearinghouse really is in very general understanding. The difference between this system, again, that helps us get you to stand out from all of the rest, is that this platform that is run by NextGen Healthcare is the only one out there that has its own clearinghouse. Now, some people might tell you that's a disadvantage because you don't get to choose your own clearinghouse. I don't care which clearinghouse it is, as long as it gets to the insurance companies. It doesn't matter to me. However, if it's built inside of here, this is going to separate me from all other softwares out there, because now I can process a claim right here on my computer before it even gets sent out. It's going to do all of its checks and balances and everything inside the system and through the clearinghouse, so that whenever it leaves this system, it is like it's going directly to CMS or Blue Cross Blue Shield or Aetna or United Healthcare or whatever it may be. And I get to see that information back into my system instantaneously. But there's even one more step here. I can actually check insurance eligibility, which means I can check the patient's eligibility with inside this system to make sure that that patient is actually with Medicare before I ever send the claim, because sometimes I can send the claim and it gets denied, not figuring out that either one, I've mistyped a number or I put the wrong information in there, and all of a sudden it gets kicked back and it's a denied claim. But I can do all of that within our system. And that's the difference. That's completely standing out from everybody else. So we're going to support you with that. So if you haven't gotten a chance to go do a demo, go do a demo. Now, I see there's some other questions coming in, so I'm going to hold everything off because I feel like I'm running out of time here. We've got 15 more minutes to go. We got some more stuff I want to show you. Here I said we're going to support you. We've got a variety of different technologies, different services to help you support yourself in all of these different areas. How do we come up with all this? It's come up with our other ABS business owners. They call up here at American Business System, says, hey, I've been running into a lot of doctors that need HIPAA compliancy help because they just got audited by CMS and they need some help. They got some issues going on. We've had some people say, hey, we need some help with some marketing. We've got AutoCard to help the doctors send out real legitimate greeting cards to have people say, hey, why don't you come on back in for your annual wellness visit? So, or send out birthday cards or something to get more patients within the door. It's got some doctors that need some help with their coding. We've got some doctors that want virtual care. We've got doctors that need help getting their patients to pay on time. And that's just not all. We've got other services here that are going to help you out here. So we've got all of these different services here to help you get into the market much quicker and get your achievement of closing that ratio. Now, talk about closing the ratio. I'm going to go back up over here real quickly because I told you to go get a demo of this. Now, don't forget, we are going to do the demo for you with your potential doctor. Now, it's not going to just happen out of immediately. There's some steps that you're going to have to take through that. There's a couple of things that you're going to have to go through that doctor, like do a practice analysis and do some other things. But once you get that doctor at that point, we're going to do the demos for you. We're helping you close 50% of all the demos that we actually end up doing. So you talk about getting a close rate here. That's what it's all about. Thirdly, we're going to provide you again with customized websites, all your flyers. Again, like I said, all of this is done for you from us. It's going to have all of your contact information. It's going to have all of your printed logos and everything on it. So it's all going to be customized directly for you. As we keep going on, folks, again, I'm watching the clock, but I'm also watching those questions here. So just bear with me. I'm going to take care of those because I know that sometimes not everybody stays towards the end, and I want to make sure they get all the content. And yes, we are recording this. And yes, you can get a PDF of all these slides after this is all over. Number 4, we're going to show you how to harness the power of referrals. Now, what does that mean? We're going to show you the quickest way to gain trust and authority with an audience. And that is going to come from referrals from someone that person already trusts. So we're going to teach you quick ways. Remember, we said in the very beginning, we're going to show you how to build this foundation of knowing, liking, and trusting. Okay? That's going to happen. But then we're going to show you some shortcuts and how to network with other people that the doctors are already doing business with, that already know the doctor, or the doctor already knows them, the doctor already likes them, and the doctors already trust them. So we're going to show you how to build upon and harness what we call this power of referrals. So as an ABS business owners, we're going to teach you how to connect with individuals in your own community and beyond, because I'll tell you this, my first client in medical billing wasn't even here in Texas. It was actually in Georgia. And then my second one came from Texas, but 3 hours away from where I live. So you don't have to even think about, do I have to find doctors within my own area? We're going to show you how to build this through learning how to reach out to others and build a long-standing strategic partnership with other sales reps and other people who are already doing business with doctors. And it could be attorneys, it could be real estate people, It could be other healthcare sales reps. It could be anybody that's in healthcare. It could be with other people who are educating the doctor or consulting with the doctor. We're going to show you how to partner with those people, and we're going to show you how to offer detailed guidance on what to say in order so you can be seen again as a trusted referral partner. Now, this is a quick snapshot from our licensee support site of showing you how the number one method for licensees to get their first client is through networking. And it's not just networking in general. It's very specialized and very focused on how to use networking there with your referral group. We're also going to show you how to encourage in connection with other ABS business owners through our private Facebook and LinkedIn groups. What you're going to learn from this is how to build your own Facebook page and your own LinkedIn and connect everybody and keep supporting. So when the doctor goes out there and goes, does so-and-so even have any social media presence? We're going to show you how to do that, again, to help support you in your success, to make sure that you build referrals. And you're going to learn how to start talking with people on LinkedIn. And we're going to show you how to do all it. We've already done webinars for our licensees, our business owners already, how to build their strategic referral business through LinkedIn or even through Facebook. So folks, have we thought about everything? Pretty much about everything. We've been doing this for many years now that we're trying to keep up with all the technology, all the social media parts of it. But we don't want to ever discount some of the true and tried and things that work sometimes the best, like an actual mailed thing directly to the doctor. As I said earlier, we're going to show you how to get that book, how to get Dr. Rackner to send a letter to that doctor. You're going to follow up with it with the New Thriving Medical Practice book that has your name in it. You're part of the forward to the book. We're going to show you how to do all of that. And not just show you how to do it, we're going to help you and assist you in doing that. And then lastly here, number 5, we're going to show you how to start to nurture your contacts. I think probably one of the worst things that most entrepreneurs do is they don't know how to follow up. And I tell you, that's probably most people's biggest Achilles heel. They go out, they start meeting people, they're very energetic, and they get out there and you start meeting people, but you never follow up with them. And I've told not only my people that I've worked with or consultants, but I've even told my children and my grandchildren, starting to teach them, you know what, if you want something done, make sure that before you leave that meeting or that engagement that you have or something, and you want to do something next, don't leave that meeting without saying, hey, when is the next time we'll be able to follow up with one another? Is this a good day? What day next week works best for you? Tuesday or Thursday? Oh, Thursday works great. Great. What time? Do you prefer a call in the morning or in the afternoon? Hey, if I'm going to meet you for out and about, would you like to get some coffee or do you want to do lunch together with me? What you're doing, you're giving people choices where they feel like they're somewhat in control. But then what you're doing, you're making sure that you have another touch point with them. You know, if you start to meet people online and you start to get referrals online, you want to say, hey, when's a great time for us to set up a Zoom meeting with each other? Do you prefer in the afternoons or do you need to meet after work? What's the best time for us to be able to do that? We're going to show you how to take what you've got some potential referrals, some potential business right in front of you. We're going to show you how to bring that in and then start to close these deals. This is what ABS has been doing for over 30 years now, folks. So hopefully you can see that today's webinar has not been a whole lot about how to do medical billing. What you've learned today, hopefully, is how to build a business and how ABS is going to be here to help you build that business. We're not going to leave you stranded. We're here. It's not that we're going to just take your money and go, thank goodness we got another one closed. Bing, we get to ring the bell and we move on to the next one. You got an entire support team. You're going to meet Tim Warren next week. You've met some of the other ABS licensees. You met Dr. Vicki Rackner last week. And if you haven't got to see those, go back and watch those and do that. So we're going to show you again how to get that. ABS is, as an ABS business, we're going to help you with seamless strategies to stay connected again with your contacts. How are we going to do that? We're going to show you how to do some drip marketing, how to offer continued contact of nurturing with your practices, and show you how to do drip marketing. This week you may want to send out some information on what AutoCard does. Next, 2 weeks from now, you may send out another one of what you do with HIPAA compliancy. I tell you, folks, again, some of you have been on here long enough. You know what you probably heard me say this, but whenever I was out there doing my own marketing for my own medical billing company, and I wanted to get an audience with the medical team there at the doctor's office, I didn't walk in and say, "Hi, my name's Eric, and I'm with so and so medical billing company. Do you need any of my help with billing?" I already know what the answer is, so I never ever asked that question. I'd walk in, even while all the people are there in the front office. I was dressed nicely. I looked like I was part of the healthcare system. I wore a name tag. I carried myself in that way. Walked up to the front desk, said, "Hi, my name's Eric Auger. I'm with so-and-so company. And I'm here to find out who is your HIPAA compliancy officer." And I got an audience every single time. And where did we get that from? Well, we got that from our HIPAA compliancy service, because I know I've got a service that office needs. Why do I know that they need that? Because when I walked in, I see patient charts right in front of me. I could see Susie Smith's here. Oh, guess what? I'm at a urology. She must have urology problems. I can see it right there. I see people back in the back on their personal cell phones with charts all open. So does every doctor need HIPAA compliancy help? You better believe they do. Matter of fact, they have to keep up yearly with all this information. Not many medical billing companies out there, if you just see me doing my air quote, not medical billing companies have HIPAA compliancy services like we do. And we're going to show you how to support that by doing some drip marketing with all of our different services. So as we close out today, did you notice the theme of all the secrets we have in common? And that secret theme is this, is that we are here for you every step of the way, from your initial training to your ongoing support with lifetime resources and more. So we are here to be your business partner. We're not just here just to simply train you. We're here to help you, to sustain you, to keep you going, to keep you encouraged, to keep your zeal of what you're wanting to do, what you're trying to do out there in the marketplace. Now, folks, if you can already see, I'm already up against the clock here. I know some of you may have to jump off, but as you can see, I've been doing this for, gosh, a little bit over 16 years with American Business Systems, and I'm just as excited about it whenever I first started with them as I am now. Why is that? Because I know that this works, and it can work, and it can help you. So don't let any signs of recession scare you. Don't let any of the negativity of what people tell you scare you. Get involved, get yourself going, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, and let's get going. Again, I know that some people have to leave. So here is next Wednesday's webinar. Tim Warren and myself are going to work together with you next week, and we're going to talk to you about the support here at American Business Systems. I don't want you to miss the webinar next week. Again, for those, that may have to jump off, I want you to share with you that ABS does have an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. That gives you plenty enough time to get through the training, get out there and start making it work. And if it doesn't work for you, you don't feel like it's going to work for you, you come back to us. There's no questions asked. We'll get you your money back. That's how much we believe in what we do. So folks, jump on in, come join us. Now, I'm going to go through these next steps here again, because I know some may have to jump off. So if you ask me a question, I'm asking you to stay on here, because I'm going to take it over just a little bit over the hour, and I'm going to make sure I answer your questions. So first of all, if you don't know what to do, what is your next steps? go get the research guide. So don't just get the research guide, go download the 5 secrets that I went through. It's all on our website. It's there for you to go check that out. I've already showed you where you can go get the other webinars. Go out there, go to youtube.com/YABS or go to absystems.com/blog. You'll get to see the most recent one. But if you want to go see all of them, go out there to the YouTube channel. You can see it out there. Number 3, talk with those business owners. Talk with those folks, those people that have already been through and sat right where you are sitting in your living room or wherever you may be in your house, that have already sat on these webinars, and you're trying to figure out, what do I need to do? What do I need to do next? Talk with those folks. I've already said it once. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't seen it, go do a live demonstration of the iClaim and EMRX platform. That's like driving the car. It's like, if you go out there and don't go test drive a car, you'd never buy it. You need to test drive this system, and you need to see why we help you to stand out from the crowd. That's the reason we do that. Then get the link for the purchase agreement, then get it, download it, read it, talk with your attorney, talk with your CPA, talk with your business partner or whoever else you're going to go into business with. Read it over, understand it. You'll see right on the front page is the 30-day money-back guarantee clause. Get that, understand it. It's not difficult. We try not to make things difficult. If you're looking at any other business and you've seen, especially franchises, you got a stack of paper like that. Ours is 4, maybe 5 pages long, so you can read it in 10 minutes at the most. And then finally get your funding and your training together, because we feel like, again, we have what most people want, and that's a system that just doesn't stop at training or stop at when you finally get all of your stuff from American Business Systems. It's ongoing. It's these webinars. It's the webinars that we have on Fridays. It's the one-on-one training that you can have with other business coaches here at American Business Systems. We're here to help you succeed. So hopefully today's been a good webinar for you. I'm going to put this up here while I go answer some questions. I know if you've got to jump off, you can go ahead and jump off, but let me get through this. I'm already 1 minute over the hour, but hopefully it's been good for you. Again, if I can encourage anybody, if it's been good for you, you find that little icon where the little thumbs up and whatever else goes up. If you thought today was good, send those to me. I would appreciate it. Sabita is asking the question, which books do you recommend to me that I can read before starting a medical billing business to understand how it works? Someone like me who is not from the medical billing background, where can I find these books? I think that's a great question. Number 1, I would I'm going to go back over here in our slides. And this book right here, The New Thriving Medical Practice, is actually on Amazon. I think if you want a hard copy of it, an actual hard copy of this book, go buy it. It's $25, okay? So that's 1% or less than what you're going to spend on getting this business started. So just go get that book. It's just nothing. If you want to learn, that's the book. The other book I tell you to get is Dr. Rachner's book, The Myth of the Rich Doctor. Go get those and have real copies of them. I mean, that's why this whole bookshelf behind me is real books. Somebody asked me the other day, Eric, is that a virtual background? No. I said, no, these are real books that I've bought and people have given me. And I've read some of, not all of them, but most of them have had research in. But some of my books, my business books, man, I'm still buying business. I got one over here in my left-hand corner over here that I just bought 2 weeks ago. Just business books, just because I want to improve myself. I'm 60 years old, man. I still there's still plenty of life in me. I want to go and I want to get better at what I do because I like helping people like yourself. So hopefully, Sabita, that you can see those. Those are the 2 books I recommend that you can get that. So go out there and go get those. And folks, we're not here to sell things, and if you can't afford that, go to your business coach. You say, hey, I think I'd like to at least get maybe electronic version of the New Thriving Medical Practice. I think if you ask nicely, we can give you a copy of that, but that'll help you. And because again, folks, we're not here to help nickel and dime you today. We're not here to get money from you because we know that we may never become a medical billing company. So we've got to find some way to support us. That's not what we're doing. But I'll tell you from experience. And again, I'm just kind of speaking to you one-on-one, consultant to entrepreneur. If you don't put, number 1, a little bit of money towards yourself and invest in yourself with not just those books, find some other books, good business books. If you don't do that, you don't invest in a little bit of money. And the biggest thing that you're going to have to invest in is time. Time to invest in studying, time to read, time to spend time with your business coach here at American Business Systems, time to spend on those demos. If you're not serious, I just tell you, quit. Stop. Don't go any further, because you don't want to just hope that one day this is all going to just click for you just by osmosis through these webinars. I want you to invest your time. Now, you're spending an hour with me today. That's great. And many of you have spent hours with me over calculate the times that you've been on the webinar so far. You have invested time, and I'm proud of you. And you ought to be proud of yourself. But maybe it's time for you to move forward too. And again, I'm not here to twist your arm or throw some emotional, twist to it. I'm just telling you, it's just figure out what you're going to want to do, because hopefully we've proven ourselves that we're here to help support you. And again, if you're still trying to figure out how to get the money and everything, I want you to be on these webinars. I love seeing you. Obviously wish I could see your faces and everything, and we could have some time there. But again, we're here to see what we can do to help you out. All right, I'm going to put this back up over here. There's a few more questions that have come in. Lindsay says, I came in late, but have we been told the investment fee? The investment fee is $28,990, so it's right under $30,000. It is the least expensive business investment that you're going to make out there for this. And I'll tell you why it's the least, because I know for a fact with one doctor, doing billing for one doctor, you will have your return on your investment within the first year. That is unheard of in any business entrepreneurship, because the first year that you do your entire year of billing for your doctor is going to bring you a return to you of about anywhere from $50,000 to $64,000 a year with one doctor. So that's actually double your investment. So you get your investment, and then within that first 6 months to 8 months, you're already in the black. You're already past your return on your investment. And then through that time, you may have picked up another doctor. So within your first year of doing billing, you're going to have your return on investment. And that's why we obviously pride ourselves of having some of the lowest investments here for you. Simi is asking, can urgent care facilities be a client? I think they can. So you just want to make sure that they're doing billing on their CMS 1500 form, that you can do that. Absolutely, there's not a problem, because most urgent cares are PCPs or something like that, and they're doing billing just like anybody else. So yes, absolutely, urgent cares can certainly do this. And Simi's asking us another question here, are we dealing with doctors with Medicare only, or also with patients who pay out of pocket or other insurance apart from Medicare? The answer is yes, you're dealing with everybody, because even though that the codes are coming from CMS, from Medicare and Medicaid services, you're doing billing for all of the insurance companies. So like I said, Blue Cross, Aetna, United Healthcare, Medicare, Medicaid, patients that pay, individually. Yes, those things can be there. Lindsay's asking one more question. Is there a way to get the doctors on deck to help investors be intrigued to help us? Is there a way to get doctors on deck? Okay. Or the way to get doctors on deck to help investors be intrigued to help us? Yes, I think so, because again, we've got all the material here to get people to start thinking, especially the doctors. If you can get in the hands of the doctors, that book that I was telling you about, the New Thriving Medical Practice, and we're also going to show you ways to, in the training, if you've got those little post-it tabs, those little post-it tabs that are kind of color coded, we're actually going to show you in the book how to highlight in the book, put these little tabs in there. So when you send the book to the doctor, it's not just a book, but it's this book that is already tabbed out. It's kind of like little thumb tabs there. And the doctors are going to automatically, well, what do they want to try to say here? And then when they open it up, it's already highlighted. And they, oh, well, okay, yeah, that's me. And they go to the next one. So what you're doing, you're giving them little snapshots inside the book of showing how the doctors can quickly get to that quickly. So yes, we're going to show you how to get those doctors intrigued by doing that. James says, I really appreciate what you're doing here. Very informative. Thank you. Great job. I appreciate you, James. I certainly do. Simi's asking, will this help for dentists too? Yes, we've got a separate dental billing platform. So you bet. All right. Okay. Let's see. Lindsay says, in other words, I don't have the money to invest personally, but may have some people that believe in me that I can. Yes. Great. Okay. Got you covered here, Lindsay. I understand what you're saying now. She's looking for investors. So she's looking how to market and build relationships and referrals for people to help invest in her into this business. Yes, we help you with that. And again, that's where, again, we can help you with that material. We're going to show you even how to do that's actually one of the things that we teach in the class with warm marketing. Now, what you're going to need is some help prior to. So what we've done, Lindsay, at sometimes, if you've got a business partner that may want to invest in you, invite them to the demo that we'll do for you and we'll help you. That's, I don't know any other company that's going to do that for you. But yeah, bring your investors to the demo. We'll help close them to help you. How about that? Does that sound a little bit better to you, Lindsay? Hopefully that helps you out. And that's with anybody that's on the call. I mean, if you got investors that you want to bring in, get the, yeah, okay, breath of fresh air. Thank you. That's what she just said. Absolutely. Well, here's what I would tell you to do, Lindsay. Go buy the book off of Amazon. Go buy you 3 or 4 or 5 copies. Get it to them. Set up a time for a demo here with us. Get them to make sure that they read the book, and then join in. We'll do a one-on-one demo just for you, for your investors. So when you're talking with your business coach here, say, hey, I want to do a demo. I know I've already done a demo with you. I'm sold. I'm ready to go. I just need some investors to help me. I promise you, the person that you're working here will go, then let's do a demo for them. We'll do that. There you go. All right, everybody. Great webinar today. Thank you for your participation. I'm so excited for this one that's coming up next Wednesday with Tim. I've gotten to know Tim just on a personal level. Tim and I have known each other for 10 plus years. I've helped Tim. He and I have done trade shows together for medical billing. Those are so awesome. We're going to even talk about some of those. Hopefully we'll even have some pictures of some times where, Tim and I were doing that. So we may even pop some of those up there for next Wednesday's webinar. Folks, if you need us, give us a call here, 866-565-8413. If you don't know who your business coach is, just call that number. We'll make sure that you get to the person there. info@absystems.com is our email address. You know where to find us next Wednesday, same time, same bat channel. Just come join us. We would love to have you here. We love you being on part of these webinars. Hopefully you find them very valuable to yourself. So listen, y'all have a great evening, a great weekend. Enjoy your family. Hey, let me say this. Things are weird here in the United States, and they're weird all over the world. Can I just encourage everybody, just spend some time with your family, love on them. Time is short here on this old planet here that we have. Just take time to know people and get to know people and love on them, love your families. If you got problems with other people, get those fixed, because life is too short to go through life with trouble. So take that as just an extra little dose of, hey, we want you to live life to its fullest. Yes, Lindsay said, wicked, weird. Amen. So yes, it's a wild world that we live in. So, don't forget to, hug your kids, hug your wife, hug your husband, hug your people that you love, your friends. If somebody comes to your mind, this is overdrive, folks. Just listen. There's times that people come to my mind. It is so easy. Let me tell you how easy it is so easy whenever you got them on your phone, just to send them a text and just say, hey, just thinking of you today. And I hope you're doing well. You don't know what that does to the other person. So again, just do that for me between now and next Wednesday. Find somebody that you know, somebody that you really like, that you trust them. You do that, because folks, what you're doing is learning how to do business in the real world. Again, you want to be liked and trusted. So let's start with each other. So anyway, I'll get off my personal soapbox there. Why is it? Because I love you guys. I want y'all to be successful, whether you can become ABS with us here or not. I enjoy life, and the Patrick Phillips family enjoys life, and we want you to be a part of this family. So hopefully it's been good to you for you today. Be with us next Wednesday as we interview Mr. Tim Warren. Listen, everybody have a good evening tonight. I'll see you next Wednesday. Y'all have a good one. Bye, everybody.